Hi guys, it's me, Trudy Lee. How's everybody doing? I am doing just fine. My little kitty's right here sleeping on my desk. Now she's decided she likes sleeping on my desk. She's even sleeping here at nighttime. It's so funny. I don't know why. She's like 3 nights in a row she hasn't slept by my pillow. I'm kind of missing her. I don't know what's going on here. She ditched me for the desk. I have, my desk is sitting right in front of my windows now, and some of y'all had commented that my face looks all whited out. I'm trying to fix that. Even though the mini blinds are closed, it still lets a lot of light in. I don't have curtains on top of the mini blinds. I have fastened up a little, kind of like a curtain. I tacked it up, like a sheet. Actually, it's a tablecloth. That's what it is. So hopefully it's not as, I don't look all, washed out. I'm trying to do something about it. So y'all haven't heard from me in a while. I've been super busy. March is a really busy month for us. And then my husband decided we would reschedule that show. All of y'all know we do shows. If you're new to my channel, I chat a lot. And my husband puts on a jewelry and gift show, which we haven't been able to do because of the pandemic. And now that things are getting better and Texas is open, Texas is open, but it ain't open. Because let me tell you, we did our show this past weekend and did it on a very small scale. Everybody was required to wear their mask, and I wasn't called the mask Nazi this time because since my husband has had his vaccine, I was really, really worried about my husband, uh, you know, getting COVID because he's 70 years old, and and he had open heart surgery and I was worried about it. So last time we had our show, I was like, they called me the mask Nazi. This time I was a little more relaxed because I know that he's had his shot. But everybody that came in, they wore a mask. One lady complained. She said, "I don't have to wear a mask anymore. I don't know if you know this, but I don't have to wear a mask. My daughter and my husband are business partners, so she was the one that was handling this difficult lady. And my daughter said, "I'm sorry, I was just kind of rude, but she just rubbed me the wrong way." And I told her, "I don't know if you know this. We are a private company, uh, and we can ask you to wear a mask. And if you don't want to, you don't have to come here." So she put her mask on and went in and went shopping. So sometimes you just kind of have to push back a little bit, I guess. Anyway, so we've been really busy. Water's back on, everything's working. You guys, it's about 80 degrees here now. It's crazy. It's already getting hot. We've had our fans on and everything. It's getting pretty warm at nighttime. I still have my thick quilt on the bed. I might have to take that off, go to my summer blanket pretty quick here, I think. What else has been going on? Oh, it's March. It's the Iranian New Year's, March 14th. While we were doing our show, we had our 41st uh, anniversary, me and my husband. I can't even talk. I'm looking at my cards now. I'm going to shuffle my cards and I'm not going to be able to talk. We had our anniversary. We have a daughter born the 21st of March, another one on the 25th, and plus the Iranian New Year's, there's a lot of celebrations. The first thing is the fire festival, and we did that last night where the kids jump over the fire. I mean, everybody does. Uh, it's called Chahar Shanbi Sari. That's in Farsi. It's a mouthful. It's the last Tuesday of the Persian year. So they go with the first day of spring being the new year, which is pretty smart to do. I know we do January 1st, but they do the first day of spring. So they actually go with, um, you know, with the so it's with the season. So when the season changes, it's the new year. So that will be on Friday. Friday is New Year's Eve. So we had our fire party last night. It was Tuesday night. All the kids came over. I made lots of food. So, when you're going to have a lot of people over, even if it's just your children, they bring their children. it's a lot of people. So I had, I was cooking a lot all day. Then we have to clean the deck off, make sure everything's, our trees aren't bloomed, nothing, everything is frozen. We're not even sure, if it would have, anything will come back. So remember my big old fig tree on the deck? It's the biggest fig tree I've ever seen. We're not sure if it survived. We have our citrus tree to the right. We're not sure if that survived. Have a tangerine. Our pear trees and our plums are blooming. So they're okay. They seem to survive pretty well. But we don't know about our pomegranate trees. Nothing else is blooming. We have, we have palm trees in the front too, because our house is Mediterranean style. So we had, in the beginning, we had palm trees, and then of course he planted all these other trees. Because of the trees, he'll never sell this house. I told him this house is too big for us. We should uh, downsize a little bit and get into a smaller home. And he's like, "What about my trees?" So, and this dang dog of ours is just barreling through anything. He's now realizing that the spindles on the deck, he can power through them. He can break through them. He's realized that now. He can just muscle through them and break them. If he just gets a running start, he can crash through them and break. And that's what he's been doing. He's breaking the whole deck down. My husband is just ready to kill this dog. Poor guy. And I don't know. I bought an underground fence, one of those wire, and put the collar on him, the electronic collar on him. I bought one, and my husband keeps telling me, I am not digging. We have real solid limestone here. And he's like, I am not digging in the dirt here. I'm not going to do it. It's too hard. And there's a machine that you can buy that'll lay the line and dig a little. It just has to be 1 inch just to make a little line and cover it up, just a little bit. I have high hopes that we'll get that done. I already bought it. It's been sitting on the counter now for 2 weeks. We'll see what happens. I think maybe that might solve one of our problems if we can get this dog, if trained. That's basically what it is. It trains them to stay in an area, So we'll see how that goes. If I can get my husband. Kitty's calmed down a lot. She's 6 months old now. She's right here. She's real sweet. She's very playful. Everybody came over last night. My two granddaughters brought some friends with them. Lots of people. There was probably 14 people altogether. She's not scared of nothing. She doesn't go and hide. She stays right in the middle of the mix. We went outside on the deck. She wants to come out with us, and I hold her because she'll run under the deck or something, or out in the darkness. I won't be able to find her because she's a stinker. So I will bring her outside and sit her on my lap, and she stayed on my lap for a while. But she's a very good little kitty. She's still very playful. She's still biting my hands and stuff. Not as much as she used to, but when she's in that mood to play, she grabs onto him. She did it last night. She bit my hand a little bit. Doesn't hurt when she's doing it because she doesn't bite hard. She just like barely bites you, but her teeth are sharp and they do puncture. And I cut her nails all the time. So somebody asked me, how do you cut her nails? She likes to suckle on a blanket. I think I've told y'all this before. She suckles on a blanket, and when she's in that suckling, you could do anything to this cat. She's mindless. I can just take her paws and I can cut all her nails off while she's suckling on the blanket. She's so funny. She still acts like a baby. And anyway, I probably have confetti in my hair because last night my grandson brought confetti eggs, and he hammered us all. Here in South Texas, we call them cascarones, right? But we're not going to have a fiesta. I don't know if fiesta's going to happen. No. We had 2 years in a row, fiesta's been canceled here in San Antonio. It's really sad. And San Antonio's lost a lot of revenue. And people love to go see the parades and everything in San Antonio. All right, enough about my life and what's going on with me. I'm going to shuffle up the deck here. Y'all, I'm sure y'all heard about this 21-year-old guy that Robert Aaron Long. He shot up all these in Atlanta, I think it was, right? Went to a spa and where a lot of Asian people are working. and killed people. I don't remember. It's 7 or 8 people that have died. It's so sad. It's so horrible. There's so many people that are uh, picking on the Asian people. That he's 21 years old. I mean, you're a grown adult, but sometimes 21 can be real stupid. I mean, you ought to know better than to do something like that. But what's wrong with him? What is wrong with him that he feels the need to go and kill somebody? Why? Because they think that, I don't know, they brought the China flu here. That, you know, Trump said that in another speech not long ago. He said that again. Trump's caused so much problem for so many people. There's so many Asian people that are being attacked. It's so horrible, y'all. It's terrible. It's awful. I just want to take a look at this Robert guy and see what's going on with him. Is he just evil? If feels evil, he feels evil. I think he feels evil, y'all. And I'm going to take a look at Biden's health because people are talking about his health again. And then what about Kavanaugh? They want to investigate the investigation, right? When he had his background check and all, they want to investigate the investigators. Let's take a look at that. Oh, and I got my stimulus check today. Woohoo! Thank you. Thank you so much. I liked seeing that. My husband didn't get his, but I got mine. And now her daughters had fallen in a crack. They're 17 and 20 years old. One's in college, living on her own, and the other one is living at home. She's going to graduate this year. They didn't get any stimulus money at all, and they didn't get any money. I mean, I guess they get some money for their children, but for Hannah, that's 20 years old, she fell into a crack where there's no money. My daughter didn't get money for her, and she didn't get money either. And it was really crummy. Well, Biden fixed that, and they each got stimulus checks too. Everybody got a stimulus check. If you had 6 kids, you got a stimulus check for each one of them. So no more falling in the cracks. Imagine if you had 6 kids and the government says, here's $1,400. You've been out of work for 1 year. Let's see how far that goes. That doesn't really work. All right. And then what about that Derek? Sorry, my dog's barking. Sorry, my dog started barking. He's outside. Derek Chauvin. So he is on trial for the George Floyd murder. We'll take a look and see how he's going to do. They already paid George Floyd's family. They already paid them lots and lots of money. How much was that? I think it was like $27 million. That's crazy. $27 million. We were talking about that at my show. One of the ladies were saying, what do you think about that, Trudy? What do you think about that? And I'm like, I don't think you can put a price on a human life. So what am I supposed to think? I'm sure that money will never bring him back or really make them feel any better about his murder, So it's not designed to restore the people. It's designed to make sure it doesn't happen again, Yeah. Okay. So let's take a look at this Robert guy. What's up with this Robert? Robert Aaron Long. What's the story on him? What's the 411 on him? What can I tell everybody? Hmm. Well, so he's there's something wrong with him. This is a mental thing. So he's got a mental problem. That's what the challenge is here. It's mental, something mental. He's confused. You know, it's like he's sick. He's got a sickness. That's what I'm getting. He's had a lot of stresses. He's been, you know, a lot of responsibilities, a lot of stresses, and I guess he hasn't dealt with them very well. This is burden, burden, burden. And it could be that he just doesn't handle things well. You know what I mean? This is 10 of Wands. So when you have a lot of responsibilities on you, sometimes you get to a breaking point. Then it could be along with him having some mental issues, added pressures brought him to a breaking point. That's what I'm feeling here. Okay. There was a time I feel like his family for some reason they thought he was getting better. You know what I mean? He was he was showing that he was getting better. He was feeling better and showing that he was getting better. But there was still that inner turmoil that was going on with him. Um, he's one of those kind of people that look at things in a negative way. He has a negative view of everything. This is Five of Cups, right? So no matter what happened, it's like he looks at things in a negative way. No matter what good thing came along, he looked at it very negative. So he's got this negative point of view because I feel like it is mental illness. There is some mental illness involved in here. I don't feel like it's like it's sickness. It's definitely sickness, y'all. He's a sick person. That's all it is. It's sickness. He's confused and he's sick. I don't feel like this is evil. What he did was evil. His actions were evil. They're horrible. But himself, I feel like he's sick, y'all. He's sick. So that's what I'm getting here. He's he's mental. He's got a mental problem and he's sick. Okay? So that's what I'm getting with it. Now let's take a look at Biden's health. You know, he's an older man, and I notice, you know, when he's talking, when he's walking and everything, he just he's aged a lot in the last 4 years, I think, just since he's been vice president. And I think that's how it works. We're, you know, all of a sudden we're really, really healthy, we're doing good, and old age kind of creeps up on us really quickly. You know, I can see that happening with my own parents and everything. So let's take a look at Biden's health. Can I please see Biden's health? What's going on with President Biden? He's such a wonderful person. I love him so much. He said, did y'all see him? I saw a little bit of that ABC interview that he did. I've seen little bits here and there in Good Morning America. And he said his dog has gone home for some more training. And I don't think he didn't he maybe nipped at somebody, but I don't think he broke the skin or anything. I think that's what they said. So he's just gone back for some training. Hopefully they'll be able to get that under control and have him back in the White House. It's scary to have a big old dog like that might bite somebody. It's kind of scary. So tell us about Biden's health. How's he doing? Do I have the cards right side up? Well, this is Four of Pentacles. You know, it's really important, of course, very important for him to stay healthy. This was in the reverse. And he's trying really hard to stay healthy, but the old age is catching up with him no matter what. And I think that's what this is indicating. You know, sometimes, I mean, that's how it is. And a lot of times when you're really focused on one thing, it's the one thing that evades you. You know what I mean? So if he's really, really focused on staying healthy, he might, get the opposite effect. And that's what this is all about. When you hold on too tightly onto something, it kind of slips through your fingers. So it could be that he's really worried and focused on that, and he's bringing that to him. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at things because everything's about energy, and that's what that card is all about. It's about just not being able to let go and not be worried about it. And that's what he really needs to do: let go and not be worried about it. But the good news is, this is the Ace of Wands crossing over. This is uh, he has a medical staff like you don't know what. There's plenty of doctors. There's plenty of ways for him to stay healthy. People are watching over him all the time. He's eating good food. He tries to exercise. So he is getting what he needs. This is an opportunity to be healthy. It's all right there. They're taking great care of him. And he's always been a really active guy. So that's good. So I feel like he's doing okay with that. All right, let's take a look. The Fool. So there's a lot of young energy here. He's got a lot of vitality. Um, the only thing he has to worry about is having another accident, basically. So I feel like his health is okay and fine, but I don't know if y'all noticed, but he walks like an older man, and he is. And when you don't feel like you're an older man, sometimes you push yourself to do more than you can do. So he has to really watch out, make sure he doesn't have another accident, like hurting his foot, when he was playing with his dogs. So he cracked the side of his foot. When you get older, your bones are more brittle and easier to, crack and hurt and break. So he has to watch out for that. Page of Swords, his foot is healing very nicely. He's doing well. So that is looking good. The next card is Seven of Swords. And I think this is the same thing as the Page of Swords. This is just overcoming an illness. And I think this is just the foot injury. So he's overcoming this. It's healed up. It's doing well. That may be why he's walking funny. I forgot about that. So maybe he's walking kind of funny because it's still, it's still healing. But it is healing up nicely. It's doing good. I bet that's why I saw him walking away from the podium and he was kind of walking funny. And I forgot, maybe he still has his boot on. They don't show his legs, so I don't know. It'd be a long time to have it on, but you never know. When you're older, you might heal a lot more slowly. The last card I pulled for Biden is Knight of Wands. He's in very good health, you guys. And, he's strong, he's good. He might need to slow down a little bit. He's doing so many things at once, and that would be my guidance to him. If I could talk to him, I'd say slow down just a little bit. You're really healthy, but you're an older man. You need to slow down a little bit. Okay, so he's doing good. Now, I don't know. I haven't seen any other readings on his health at all, so I don't know what any other readers have said. I have had no time, although I do see it come across my phone. You know, readers talking about his health, but I haven't read on it, haven't seen it or anything. So I don't know how that will compare with everybody else. But to me, it looks like he's in very good health. Now let's take a look at Kavanaugh. Now I know I've heard he was in the news again this morning because they've pretty much asked, Merrick Garland to look at open an investigation, and I guess of the FBI investigating the FBI. So they're saying it was a fake investigation when they did the background check for Kavanaugh, and now they want to do a real one. Will they do a real background check? Let's see. So are they going to do a real background check? Are they going to reopen the investigation on Kavanaugh? That's what I want to know. Will they reopen the investigation on Kavanaugh? Are they going to do that? I don't think they've said for sure if they're going to do it or not, but they've asked them to do it. Let's see. We should take a look and see if they're going to do that, and see, you know, kind of take a look at Kavanaugh and his energy and see how he's feeling about it. So are they going to, honestly, truthfully, are they going to open an investigation on Kavanaugh, on his background check? Is that going to get looked at again? What can I tell everybody? Is that going to be looked at again? Let's see, y'all. I'll put that like this one on. So the first card is the Two of Pentacles. This is all about balancing everything out. So, you know, we really need, this needs to be balanced out. We really need to know if, you know, if it really did, if it was really a fake investigation, right? We need to know that. It needs to be balanced out. It needs to be made whole. So if there was a fake investigation, if they just, you know, really didn't do a background check and everything, it needs to come to balance. And they need to do that, because there was a lot of women that made accusations against him that were supposed to be investigated, which I know they said they didn't even talk to the women at all. So what kind of investigation? So things do need to balance out. I think that's what's going to happen. This is the Three of Wands. This is, you know, taking steps to plan for the future. And it doesn't look good for Kavanaugh to me. That's what's going on here. I think they really want him to leave. I think they want him to leave. Anytime I see the back on the card, you know, back of somebody, that's about leaving. So this is in the planning stages, I think, to get rid of Kavanaugh, because they know that he's, you know, he wasn't material for the Supreme Court. He really wasn't supposed to be there, and they would like to see him gone. I think that's what this is all about. There'll be a woman that has a strong hand in that to push this along. So this could be the women that accused him. There was, you know, the one lady that accused him. What was her name? Dr. Christine Ford, I think that was her name. That might be, they may go back and talk to her, you know, do the investigation and talk to some other women. They will have a hand in this for sure. And I think we're going to be really pleased with the outcome on this. This is Nine of Pentacles. I think it's going to be more and all that we hope for. It really is. So yeah, I feel like they are going to take a look at this. They are going to reinvestigate this. It looks like it. Yes, I would say so. Let's take a look at, I'm going to just take a really quick look at Kavanaugh now. That was just investigating the investigation. And now this is Kavanaugh. Let's see how he's feeling, how he's doing. If he's feeling confident or if he's not feeling confident, I'm sure he must be talking to somebody. Let's take a look at Kavanaugh. Let's take a look at Kavanaugh. Let me take a look at Kavanaugh. Well, we have a lot of hope, you guys. We have a lot of hope, because I know anybody that's been watching my channel, and they know that basically we're leaning Democrat, very, very much Democrats here, and that the Republicans just kind of rammed this guy through, and it wasn't right. What happened? It really wasn't right, and there's a lot of hope here. After all that difficulty, we may just get rid of him after all. There's a lot of hope. The High Priestess. So it's kind of like whenever I see this card that's coming up in this format, it's kind of like not supposed to be known to us. This is kind of a mystery to us. We're not supposed to know what the outcome is right now, but you know, it's looking, maybe I'm just hoping it's one way. But let's just keep going. Let's keep reading these cards. Two of Wands. So, he is very aware of what's going on. He's making plans. He's talking to people. You know, he decided the way that he handled it and the way that it went down. Remember, he cried and all that. He decided to keep going. He wanted to be a Supreme Court justice no matter what. You know what I mean? This was his choice. I don't know what he was thinking. Did he think this would never come back again after Trump left? And now he's going to have to deal with his choices. And hopefully he has a backup plan. Right? Page of Wands. Good news. We're going to get some good news. We're going to hear good news about this. Good news for us, not such good news for Kavanaugh, though. Sorry to tell him, not so much. So yeah, he's I feel like this is Five of Cups. He made some mistakes when he was younger. Should those mistakes continue to haunt him to this day? When you don't own up to your mistakes, when you don't recognize, what you did was wrong, that means you didn't learn from it. If you go through an experience and you just act like I didn't do that, then you didn't learn anything from it at all. And it's possible that you would repeat that, experience again. And that's not the kind of person we want in the Supreme Court, So I feel like he still has some lessons to learn. Okay. And he's going to feel a lot of grief over it for sure. Queen of Pentacles. Here's the woman again. I feel like it's about a woman. Yeah, isn't it weird? Women are taking men down left and right. Look at Como. He's going to be taken down. Now I say women take them down. It was their actions. I understand that. Don't take me in the wrong way. I don't mean that they don't have the right to do that. They do, but because of the way that men have behaved, women are taking them down. Put it that way, okay? So, I feel like that's what's going to happen. I'm starting to think about Governor Cuomo again, and it's too bad about where he's at right now, because we had so much hope for him. We thought maybe he could run for president one day. But I do think that Kavanaugh is in for a big fight. He really is. And we'll take a look at that a little further because, we're not supposed to know the outcome yet. And I'll keep looking at him and see what's going on with him. But yes, he's in for a fight. Yep, she's going to come back around. That Dr. Ford, Christine Ford, she's going to be coming back around for sure. We're going to be able to hear from her again. And hopefully, people will treat her more respectfully than they did the first time around. They were not respectful to her. All right, guys, what else? Anything else here? Did I leave anything else? I wrote some stuff down. No, I think, Derek. What about that? Derek Chauvin. I was going to read on him real quick. Let me read on him. Ooh, it's over 30 minutes, y'all. It's getting long. I'm long-winded. Maybe I should save him for next time, y'all, because it's going to be hard to load this up. I'm going to do that. So I'll make another video, hopefully tomorrow. I'm not going to get too busy. And I'll make a video tomorrow about Derek Chauvin, okay, and see what's going on with him. And see if Spirit will let us know if he's going to have to pay for his crimes, you know, if he will be found guilty. So we'll see. I'll look at him tomorrow, you guys. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to me and tuning in. Sorry I was gone for so long. Like I said, it's a challenging month for me on March. We got too many celebrations going on and some birthdays coming up too. But I hope y'all are having a beautiful day and a beautiful month. Hopefully, you've gotten your vaccine. Hope everybody's able to get it. They say 50 years and above now can get it in some communities. So hopefully, all you guys are able to get your vaccines. If you have any kind of underlying, diabetes, if you're a little bit obese, you can get your vaccine. There's a lot of things. One thing I found out, I'm going to take a little bit more time, you guys. If you call CVS or Walgreens, whatever drugstore is near you, at the end of the day, they have vials open of the vaccine. They need to get that vaccine into arms. You can go by there after like 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening on your way home. If you stop there, they may just have a vaccine. You can hang around and they say, if you have a little bit of vaccine left over, they'll give you the vaccine. And then they will schedule you for your next one too, because you need 2 vaccines, right? That's one way you can get the vaccine. Here in Texas, that's what's happening anyway. So if you live in Texas, that's my daughter was able to get her vaccine, and she's 40 years old, so she was able to get it like that because they don't want to throw it out, they want to give it to somebody. So if you're there and they have a little bit left, they'll give you the vaccine if you're willing to hang around and wait, because there's people with appointments and they have to go through. And then at the end of the appointments, if there's because usually they have 2 vials open all the time, they got 2 lines going, and they can't really tell exactly how much they're going to have left, because some people don't even come. Some people have an appointment and then they don't show up, things happen. So y'all try it like that and see if you can get the vaccine. There's ways to do it. There's also different organizations that are helping people too. So you can check that away. There's foundations and organizations that are helping with the vaccine. A lot of them have the vaccine. They're allowing them so many appointments if you belong to some organization like work and stuff like that. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you go now for sure, and I will read on Derek Chauvin next time. Love you guys. Do something kind for somebody. It'll always come back to you. If you'd like to get a reading, please look down below and email me, and we'll set up a reading. Bye for now.